Hello. It's been a week. As expected, my extreme energy regarding playing this save last week was ultimately derailed. Not as expected by work, which probably would have derailed things, but in fact by the fact that I got COVID at my grandma's funeral. So that was hot, frankly. Hot, hot, hot. So I have slightly forgotten what we were doing. I also am slightly hating this gappy wall bit, but that is not what we're here to do today. Today we are here in the sight of the Lord to furnish the upstairs. So I think we did the floor plans, or at least we don't have to do that, which is something I find boring. Although, yeah, I forgot about this. I forgot about this. I think rather than spending ages agonizing about whether or not the floor plan is what I want, I also need to do this entryway doodad. We're going to start putting in some furniture and stuff, and then from there we can always adjust once we know we have space for everything. So let's jump into build by. That's just a random candle tray on the ground. Now, I think what we're going to try and do is do sort of a slightly different theme in each bedroom, all within the realm of like basicness. And I say this with love. I'm basic. I'm a different kind of basic from Eliesah, I would say. She's like a Stanley Cup basic, and I'm like a specialty coffee shop basic, if that makes sense. But we both are what we are, and no point pretending otherwise. Okay, first things first, we should get doors and maybe paint the hallway. Okay, fine. Maybe we'll do paint first. Okay, so I think in the hallway, maybe I want some paneling. Did we use this downstairs or did we think about using it downstairs? We didn't use it downstairs, we used this more subtle one, which I think is good. So maybe we'll use this up here. It's kind of annoying that the... Oh, I forgot we've also got this weird... okay. One thing I might have to do, because that isn't supposed to be a room. Can we... Okay. I'm not sure what... Oh, it'll be a light. I want this to be diagonal, but I don't want that weird lighting that we were getting. Okay, well at least now it's showing as a single room. I think it's probably some issue with the upstairs that's causing the problem. Okay, yeah, so it's build ceiling. Okay, this is concerning. Okay, this is now functioning as a single room, which is something. Is this a single room? Yes. Okay. Then if we go upper floor, take the roofs off and stuff, remove ceiling. New. Build ceiling. Back downstairs. No, we still got that weird dark line. I don't really know what's causing that. And if I'm honest right now, I kind of don't care. Okay. Have I messed that up? No, that's fine. Ugh. Okay, well, everything's got a ceiling. I'm just going to potentially have to learn to live with that weird dark line on the floor because I don't know how to get rid of it. But at least now... Oh, I forgot how the diagonal tiles stretch this out sideways, which I kind of hate, but what if we do that? So we can get to work. I think we've... Is this what we've used on the outside? Oh no, that looks too much like a shop. Okay, we've used that. We just said we couldn't have that. I think these are all too ugly. I think we might use this pink brocadey type thing in one of the rooms. It's a little bit much for maybe the master bedroom, but maybe one of the guest rooms would have this sort of quite intense pinkness, so we'll throw that down for the time being. This could also work if it came in a inoffensive swatch, but I don't think it does. That's so ugly. Okay. No, it's two Wednesday Addams and not... I don't know. We'd maybe have like the wood effect maybe in a bathroom or something. I don't know. We'll just chuck it down for the time. This Tomorani wood. I haven't really looked at any of the stuff from the For Rent pack for no reason. It just kind of... I find that I play in peaks and troughs, and so there'll be whole packs that come out when I'm in a non-playing phase, and then I just never really explore it until such a time as I eventually end up back on my bullshit. Okay, let's have a look at the wallpaper. I definitely want to use this. And I'm thinking about maybe using it in the closet. I think this one will be the wardrobe, and then this one will be a bath. Such a huge bathroom. This bathroom is bigger than my actual bedroom, I think, because, yeah, or maybe the same size, but not far off either way. Okay. The wainscoting in this is just kind of like muddy looking. Does that make sense? Like it's cute, but it's very unfinished. Maybe when we have a baby, we would use that. We looked at this before for downstairs, I think. I can't see Eliesah going for that, except maybe as a feature wall in a bathroom. And maybe not in that colourway, although they're all quite intense colourways. Maybe that, and then we'll put like a bathtub in here. I don't hate that. I don't love it. I don't hate it. Okay. Now I think in this bird and flower there is... Ooh, I was going to say, I think there's a couple of more subtle swatches, but perhaps I'm deluding myself. Perhaps there never were. I think we'll use this old school Pleasant View wallpaper maybe in one of the bathrooms. So these are all bedrooms, right? So we've got 2 bedrooms. Maybe we'll just throw that in there for now, and then I think we'd use tile on the other walls. I'm just going to get the same... Oh, we could... Yeah, maybe go for... I don't want this all the way round. And then maybe the pleasant... Does this come in a slightly aqua-hued swatch? I think if I remember... Ooh, who's talking to me and why? Leave me alone, it's after 5 o'clock. Okay, so yeah, we can have this in like I'm second guessing that. It might be too whimsical for Eliesah, especially with the UFO. I mean, I know it's all referencing Balagoth and everything, but I think for now we're going to go for just this subway tile with a sort of generic top. And then if we could actually... Where is the generic tiling? It's here. Wherever the... Ooh. I was going to say, we'll use that as the shower back, and I think maybe we won't. We'll just do the very unreasonable and have have paint inside the shower, which no sane person could or should want, but we might end up with it. No, it's too whimsical. Too whimsical. I keep trying to assign Eliesah a sense of whimsy, which she doesn't have. She is not a whimsical girlie. She is cold and dead inside. Like me. Too busy. Is this a herringbone tile? Ooh, okay, that's quite nice. Yeah, okay, let's do this on the walls that don't have the massive floral on them. Don't know why the bathrooms, I've just immediately started building bathrooms. I think I find that less overwhelming than the alternative. Nope. 2, 2, 2. Okay, I definitely want carpeting in here. If I can find something that comes in a swatch that kind of goes with... it's just off. Oh, that's better stroke worse. It's a lot. It's a lot. For now, we're going to leave it. Tiles in here. Does this come in white? It has so much dimension, which I know tile does, but you don't want to see it. Does that make sense? Oh, maybe we'll just do marble. Yeah. Kind of into that. Okay, and then in here, does the marble come in a bluey? We need more green. Like this, maybe? No, definitely not that. I mean, we could also do black or white. Maybe we'll just stick it with the same white that we've used in both. I think that's probably fine. Alright, next up we want a second lamp in here because it's a bit dingy. Bit dingy, darling. Second source in there. Okay. So I was like, let's do the master bedroom and put doors in, and all I've done so far is paint a bunch of walls. Cool, cool, cool. We're doing well. Alright. I don't think I like this paneling. I think it is too much, especially with this weird wall that I put in for very unknown reasons. I might put the doors in. I think what I wanted to do was find that same door we have downstairs, which I guess I could just find by eyedroppering. This door, the star knob slat door, and I'm guessing, hoping, it comes in a white swatch. The swatch selection in Sims is very hit and miss, but there is usually a black and a white. So on this occasion we've been successful, so we can stick with the same door. Normally I'd always like put a door like directly on a square, not on a half square, because we need more space. But then I'm realising we actually don't need a load of space on this because these rooms are enormous. So I'm going to put them in the middles. We're going to go crazy. Here we might just put it here though, because otherwise we're not, this room hasn't got very much usable space, because this is just going to be a passage, and then this is only like 2 by 2, and this is going to be our like yoga and workout room. So I guess we'll put like a yoga mat here, maybe a workout machine here, and some mirrors. Anyway, okay, so this is probably not actually going to be a feature wall, and if it was, it wouldn't be this pattern because it's the same as in the bathroom. This is going to be the door into our wardrobe, and then I might, no, but then we lose a little corner. Okay, so into the bathroom. Do we actually need a door? No, we're going to get rid of this door here. We actually don't need it at all. But then we don't need this bit of floor. Well. What we do need is some fencing around the top of the stairway. Now, it's kind of knobby. Handsome knuckled banister. Now it's almost too much. Hang on. What pack was that from? I feel like it was... Handsome knuckled banister is from... Okay, it's from base game, which I think slightly increases the chance there might be a railing that matches it. But I do mean slightly. We're looking for something black and white, and then it's got... Okay, that's very gothic. It's got... And the uprights... Oh, is it here? No. It's got a similar shaping, but it's not quite the same. Can we draw it, please? Thank you. That's actually not a terrible match, so I think we'll go with that for now. Right, quick tea break, slurpy slurpy, sorry about that. So with these quite patternedy doors, I think maybe we'll just go for a plain Something here, we're going to put it here. Put it here. And put it here. Okay. Doorways. But yeah, I think having the doors centered and not in the middle of the moldings is particularly unpleasant. So let's head back into our paint. Maybe we go for something with some texture. Is there like a polished concrete or something that could be kind of nice for the wall? Polished plaster, not concrete. So this is boldly brushed. Got a plain but pretty that comes with a little sideboard, baseboard. Call it what you will. Yeah, so we've got a plastered style here with some colour blocking. No. I was kind of hoping this would come in like it's a little bit grey. I think the last one we had was brighter. And I'm thinking we're going to change the flooring, in part to try and hide this weird shadow we've got. And in part just to give a little bit of dimension to the space, because at the moment it's very white box. And while that might be the aesthetic, it hurts me and I don't want to look at it. So I'm thinking, what's the most expensive one? That one, but it's horrible. Oh, what was the flooring we ended up using downstairs? Was it? Yeah, just the herringbone. I might just bring this back upstairs because I think it warms the space up a little bit. I mean, it's not helping with the... What is going on with... There isn't even a wall up here to be giving that weird lighting. If I delete these... Okay, I can't delete those, apparently. I don't understand. I mean, I know it's the edge of the roofing pieces, but it just... There's no wall there. What if I put a wall there? Okay. And then we delete it. And we delete it. No. Okay. We're doomed. We just have to live with it. Can I live with it? I don't know. We've also got this weirdness happening. What is that? Is that... I don't know what that is at all. Oh, is that... No, it shouldn't be because they're not clipping into the downs. The only... I don't get it. If we... It's only one tile across already. We go down... What is it? Oh my god, I know what it is. You know, the other day when I was literally like, when I had this... When I used this shelving before, it was clipping through into the room above. It's the shelving clipping into the room above. Okay. That's irritating. Because we spent ages building that. Do you know what I might do? We're going to create a different problem. We're just going to cover it for now. And then if we end up not doing a unit or something, we'll come back and rethink it. But yeah, for now, I mean, if, as it was supposed to, one could... Oh, actually, do you know... Hang on. Has that literally clipped on? Oh, no. No. Okay. This is nonsensical. Okay. Do you know what we're just going to do? We're going to delete this top row of shelving. We don't need it. It's busy. Oh, we've lost our axolotl. I do want him. Little buddy, can you just... Yeah, you can just go there. We're just going to delete this top row shelving. And then we can see a little bit of our cross from the inside. I mean, not much, just enough to remind ourselves it's there. Okay. Okay, that's one problem. So, is there anything in here that is causing that? It hadn't occurred to me it might be something downstairs. Is it this pillar? Nope. If I redraw the wall, no, it doesn't do anything. Okay. If anyone has any ideas of how the hell to get rid of this weird shadow, I would love to hear them. And if you don't know, that's also fine, because I don't know. Sorry, just hit the microphone with my mug. Trying to remember to drink my tea before it goes cold, because one of my special skills is, okay, what's this? That's also going to be something that's coming through from downstairs. Oh, that's the door. Okay, that's because I have used slightly too big a door for the wall height. Okay. So many issues to play with. I think I can kind of live with that one because it's not really there. Maybe if we put a rug down or something, the little bit of dimension will cover that up. Okay. What I can't live with is this blue carpet. I think we are going to go all white and very, very pale grey for Eliesah's bedroom. So I think we are going to go for this white painted floorboard. Except for maybe we'll rotate it to run this way. That might also help a little. Yeah, okay, that helps a little bit. Well, I mean, it doesn't help, but it you can at least pretend it's a creaky floorboard or something. Okay, and then I think we want... maybe we'll just do the one with the baseboard. So white. Now, as much as I like the ugliness of this window from the outside, from the inside, it's stressing me out a little bit. So I'm thinking maybe this is where we finally get to use the pom-pom curtain. Although, actually, is it going to be big enough? Does it matter if it's not big enough? Oh, we could use those. Ugh. We could use these in here. Maybe maybe we'll use this as a headboard in here. So much texture. Just think of how much dust would get caught in that. And then try not to think about how much dust would get caught in that. I'm not even a dust phobe or anything, but my housemate who I live with really hates unnecessary surface area, and it's kind of started rubbing off on me. I do look at things and I think, ooh, that would pick up a lot of dust, and then I think, this is not me. Why am I thinking this? Okay, so these are your defaults that we might go back to, especially, actually, tool. Do these come in a very pale grey swatch? They do. Okay, so that actually might be a shout. Do they come in a beige? Brown? Pink? Okay, so we've got them in pale grey. Do they come in like a very, very pale... Oh, that's weird. It's only changed... It's made the curtain rod pink, but not the curtain. Okay, well, we definitely don't want those. Where's the old pom-pommy one? I could have sworn that was right at the top. Because I always find it before I get to like more sensible options, but perhaps... Okay, it's here. Okay, that's probably not going to work because the clips for the curtain would be like in the middle of the window. I don't think that's the one. Although we could just do like a... Again, I just think this is maybe too much personality. I think this really generic, boring one is probably going to be more of the vibe and cover more of the offending colourful window frame that we don't really want in our space. Although, why has it suddenly gone yellowy? It was nice and grey. Oh, it's because I'm using a different one in a different swatch. That would be why. Okay. Okay. Although it still looks a bit yellow all of a sudden. I don't understand what I've done. These are at different heights, which is irritating. No, middle, please, come on. Oh, curtains, you are my enemy. Right, where's the little connecty doodah? In grey, I assume? Nice. Clip on, yes. We started so well. Clip. Oh. Can we? No, we can't. Of course we can't, because we can't have nice things. I was hoping that maybe this would clip on its own. Oh, it has. Right, maybe I should stop being such a little bitch. I was going to say it's yellowy, but it is at least the same sort of colour as the door. Right, I need to finish this tea before it gets stone cold. I would like to know the average number of times a normal person boils a kettle before they get round to making themselves the tea they plan to have. Because I don't want to know how many times on average I do. Feels very environmentally unsound. And I do try and be responsible, but I also just constantly forget that I've made myself tea. Right, last mouthful. Bear with. Oh, that went a little bit down the wrong pipe. This is actually very cute, and I can see myself using it, but not in this house. It's probably a little too close to Satan. Oh my god, that's so tiny. Okay. That actually would be good in the bathroom, though, because that looks like a fuzzy bathroom mat, and we can probably size it up a little. Okay. Okay, that's not going to cover the weird floor thing. Am I going to have to change the front door? I really don't want to do that. Oh, that would be not appropriate. Okay, we have got this fuzzy faux fur rug. Does this come in, I was going to say like a nice grey swatch? It does. Okay. If we make that big, I think we might have to. Not sure about the edge shaping. It's just kind of weird. And it also scaled up. The texture looks a bit funky. To be honest, now I'm looking at it, the texture just generally looks a bit funky. Maybe that. Trying to think of what we've used in other areas of the house. We could use something like that. Hang on. I was going to say, has the front door somehow sorted itself out? Because it stopped. No, it was just I was at an angle where it wasn't showing. Okay. No, I don't like that. I mean, I personally like that. I don't like that for this room. Okay, outside the box, modern rug. Too big and too ugly. Or maybe that, but size down. It's very nothingy, which is kind of the thing. Didn't mean to delete that. think maybe we want a little more. I mean, it's very nothing, but maybe we actually want something with a little bit of some tone to it, because otherwise this room is going to feel fake. I mean, it is fake. It's in The Sims. Nothing is real. Okay, that'll do for now. Okay, so then if we want to look at the next biggest piece of furniture, which would be the bed. Now I'm thinking like modern form poster, and I do think, if I remember, there's now a new canopy thing you can get that enables you to four poster a lot of different kinds of beds. Just put a horse bed in and make everyone sleep there. That'd be hot. I'm actually having a lot of fun with horses at the moment in the context of The Sims. For the first time ever, well, I know Horse Ranch came out. God, it's probably a year ago now. I'm just really behind the curve when it comes to expansion packs, game packs. I don't even remember what it was. But my Generation 3 heir for my Poison Garden, I have decided that the sort of, we finally got the Vibromatic bed. That's very exciting. But no, I finally decided that her generational goals are to sort of be famous. And I was trying to think, because it's set in the apocalypse, like, what are realistic things that people sort of in the third generation after an apocalyptic event might be famous for? So it's going to be stuff that's not 100% survival based, but is still kind of connected to survival. And so I was thinking, well, maybe the family is like farming. So what if we raise horses? What if some of those horses end up being quite good horses? And what if she like rides and trains those horses? Like she could be like a very well known and respected horse trainer jumper type thing. So that's kind of that's so ugly. Sorry, this bed is disgusting. So that's kind of the brand of fame that I've decided to pursue, which means I am sort of starting to play some of the horse skills so as a child with her. So that's really fun. And I am having a good time with it actually, which I wasn't really expecting. I feel like I would go for that. I think Eliza would maybe go for this. Great, just rotate on me. That's not what I asked for. Okay, so we're going to put this here. And then there definitely was a canopy. I can't remember where I saw it. Can do, canopy, double bed, canopy table, canopy of light, white lily canopy bed. Okay, so that's a whole different bed. I don't actually hate that. I'm not sure it's for this room though. Maybe. It's the yellowishness of the white that's throwing me off a little bit, I think. That I actually like a lot more. Although it does bring this wood tone in. But maybe that'll warm things up a bit. Okay, maybe we will, for now, move this into... I do think we'll use that bed somewhere. What if we do this here? And then what if we actually... I've talked a lot about champagne toned wood. This is the warm wood colour that I'm into. Oh, definitely not that. That's way too orange. Blurple. I'm wondering if we can get a rug in like a very pale, warm yellow that would work. I might be just being too ambitious, but we're going to give it a go. Decor, 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 decor. Here. Right, let's try a colour filter. See if this will help us. So go for yellow and for white and maybe light brown. So this hay is actually a lovely match. Stone circle? No. Okay. This is just too small, I think. I think in order to get it the sort of size I would want it, it would look insane. But it also does come in this really pale colour. I'm not furious at that actually. I It is hard to move rugs once you size them because you have to click them right in the middle. Is that insane? It might just be a little bit too snuggly for Eliesah's vibe. Like, it actually looks like that would be like nice to get out of bed and like rub your toes on. And I'm not sure she's the kind of woman that thinks about these things. I think she's more like, how am I gonna girl boss today? Stay away from the cute things that you personally like. Look at the... It's so cute! Oh my god, I wish it wasn't the apocalypse in my other save, because then I could actually have nice things. This is the one, like, slightly sad thing about the apocalypse save. I like it because it gives me the opportunity to do some, like, fun stylistic stuff. Oh, we could maybe do this. Oh, that could be perfect. Maybe... Hang on. Get away! I need to... If I size this back down, maybe we'll use this in the bathroom instead of this sad little one. Because I know it comes in a pure white swatch as well. So maybe we will put this under the bathtub where it would definitely attract mold. Hot, hot, hot. Right, this. This is giving me hotel lobby. But possibly in a way that Eliesah would approve of. Love that. But not for Eliesah. The other kind of thing we could do would be something like this, but sized up, maybe like that. I actually think the warmer tones in this are kind of working for me. An animal print, definitely not. If we hadn't used this downstairs, I would seriously consider it. Although this gold one, that's actually perfect. Wow, this rug is really just really helping Eliesah out. What have we still got going on here? Okay, you can go. Thank you for your service. Is this avoiding clipping through any of the walls? Yeah. Okay, love. Really happy with that. And then maybe we will put in a feature wall. Not anything too crazy, but I'm thinking just like something with a little bit of gold in it. Shine bright like a diamond. Not that. I don't think, off the top of my head, that there are any sort of metallic-y wallpapers. I would like to be wrong. This is actually kind of good. I don't necessarily like the sort of astrology style symbols, so I don't think Eliesah would go in for that. However, the tone is what I was looking for, where something like this feels too busy and too yellow. March the Penguins, no, too cute and wholesome. I guess the other area we could be, I guess we could go something like this. No, it's too yellow and not gold enough. Oh, use the Machino wool. That's aggressive. Too much design, not enough design. I actually think we're going to go for this. And it has got the baseboarding, so it's not so obvious. And then maybe, do we want to put some... I'm going to go back into the land of pillars, and we know how pillars do love to ruin my life. I just would maybe like to bring this wood tone in. And then maybe what we would also do is more curtains. Like maybe also, what if we put some like curtains made of lies? No, I don't like that. I do not like that, but we could perhaps do something like this. Ooh, ooh. If it was shorter, does it come in Decision Swags? It's too long. If it was smaller? That's not smaller, I mean like shorter, you know, vertically. Okay. Just go crazy and put plants in. Nope. I mean, we could also go back to Old Faithful, which does come in a champagne-y kind of that actually is not bad. Damn, these really are MVP curtains. I can't stress enough how often I use them. Okay. I am going to have to center them though, because otherwise it's going to drive me balmy. Okay, so this one, please just behave. Tiny bit to the right. Come on. Come on. Come on. That's close enough. I mean, it's a lot of curtain. It's a lot of, honestly, it's a lot of everything. But is it Eliesah? I think it might be. Now, end tables. We would definitely have a double bedside table sitch for myself. I might go asymmetric. Is that crazy? Yeah, I think she would match. Okay, so I think that's a candidate. Maybe the Dream Home Decorator one. Is it just me or is this bed kind of low? Okay, I think that is it. I like this one personally, but I think this is more Eliesah. I'm gonna have to alt position it to just keep it out of the curtains. And then lighting. I'm just going to go into the lighting. Proper category so we can look at table lamps. Candles. We are definitely nursing a candle obsession in this particular build. But after so long not realising where all the good candles were, just being able to find them reliably is honestly very exciting for me. We could do that. That's an option. Cute. We did talk about doing a salt lamp. I think that is also potentially a shout. Because it's kind of trendy, but like 2 years ago trendy, which I feel like is kind of the vibe. You'd also go for a lantern. Or... oh, no. Not you. Maybe something like this could also work. No, I don't like that. I think that's horrible. Some old money lamp. Some I Belong in the Gilded Age. That also, honestly, could work. I like the sample. I don't think I've ever used it, but I think maybe it's a little bit too on the nose. I think maybe we're going to do one of that. Because it's also got some flowers and then I don't have to bother painting the flowers in myself. I think we'll do the salt lamp, but we'll do it somewhere else in the room. Okay, like that. All right. What other bedroom nonsense do we have? Should we get an alarm clock? Ooh, should we get this clock? Maybe. Maybe we will have should this be downstairs? Should we have a really ugly wall clock? Maybe here. Just to really add more detail in this room. Where would it go? I'm not sure. Maybe here. It's not big enough. We can size it up. But then it kind of clashes with the tassel lamp. Do you know, actually, this didn't occur to me. Oh, that's what we need. I'm sorry, doves, we're deleting you. We're gonna... there we go. And then it also, in like a really horrifying way, matches this doorknob. I do just want to center it though, and then move it up. That actually is perfect. Oh, wow. Never even occurred to me to look at clocks because time is meaningless in The Sims. I mean, it's not. You have to go to work and stuff, but you're never like, oh, let me check my watch, because you just look at the UI. And your sim doesn't care, because they have no sense of time. Do we want a bedside clock? Maybe. Do you know what I would kind of like is some... Let's finish the lighting. I think we're going to need to leave a couple of these saucer lamps in, just for general lighting. Okay. The other thing that's going to be really weird is because I've given her a closet, in inverted commas, like the good American girl she is, what the hell else do you put in a bedroom? Like, I guess we'll have a seating area maybe? But like in my bedroom, I have a lot of bookshelves, which is not Eliesah's vibe. I have my wardrobe, and that's all. Likely harasser restricted. Yes, goodbye. Okay. But yeah, like seriously, what do you put in a bedroom? I guess we could put storage in here still. Ooh, we've got a costume trunk. But Eliesah would never have that out. Maybe we would put that in one corner of this room. I do feel like maybe we would still have like a dresser unit with a mirror. Not really for use, just for vibes. Yes, okay, that's perfect. But maybe not there, I think. Do we maybe put it here? But then yeah, maybe we'll put it here and we'll do like makeup stuff here. I don't know. It's a little bit too yellow actually. Does it come in a... no. I was thinking, does it come in like a paler yellow swatch? But I don't think it does. Well, it does, but it comes with that horrible stencil on it. That's so upsetting. Okay. We'll do that. It's a bit yellower than I wanted to go, but beggars can't be choosers. Self-love wall mirror. I think we want something more like lit. We could also use an actual vanity. Maybe that would be better. Like this. I don't know. I kind of like the other one more, but I didn't, because the mirror on this is really small. Okay. Studded mirror. Is that a wall mirror? It is a wall size mirror. Okay. It is another... They do love a leaning mirror. I know they're fashionable, but do people actually have huge mirrors just leaning on the wall in their homes? I don't. Do I have a full-length mirror? We have a standing full-length mirror. We have a... What's the closest one? I guess something that looks a little like this. But it's nicer than that. Okay. We could also go for like a screen type thing. That'll take up some space. But again, we've got a whole bloody closet. Alright, if we put that wardrobe back in, I guess we could look and see if there are others. Ooh. Love. I'm an Art Deco lover. I also love mid-century. I don't really like ranch style. There we go. There's all my opinions that nobody asked for. Because I feel like in the closet we're going to use more like this kind of thing. Like open... In fact, I might just drop one of those in there. Oh, and then we're not going to be able to see our beautiful wallpaper. Well, maybe we'll just do like one row of those and then we'll do something else in the other areas. I'm kind of leaning away from using the modular stuff just because it took so long last time, and then we ended up deleting half of it anyway because it's clipping. Okay, there's like this. But definitely no. Okay, I do think we're just going to go back to that first one that I put in and liked and then took out for... And then we'll maybe just pull it out so it doesn't clip. I mean, we know that the bottom of that is resting on the floor, but does it show? No, not really. Does it matter? No, not really. Okay. That's there. And then center it. No. A little bit more, a little bit more. Ugh. That's clipping a tiny bit. Like that. Okay. Is it bad that I actually think the pink kind of goes better? I think the white is too cold. The pink, although we don't have any other pink in the room, I do think it just looks better. Am I insane? Maybe. Okay, so this is this clutter. Just get some pot racks. We were talking about putting some in downstairs, but I think if we go downstairs, I'm going to get distracted. Part of me is thinking, do we want like one of these bamboo old school, not that one. I think there's a wicker one. Like, is it this one? Nope. Like a proper, like retro, you know, the kind with the wicker blades. This? Dizzy Palms? No, it's too holiday. What the hell is that? Oh, God, that's huge. Well, that was upsetting. Okay. We don't want any of those things. I guess this is just ceiling decorations? Which makes sense because it says ceiling decorations, so I don't think we want any of those. I was kind of looking for clutter. Is that streamers or awnings? Okay, it's streamers. And that came with nifty knitting. I swear to God, I've never seen that in my born days. Okay. Maybe we'll put the salt lamp just for now. I don't want that. Leave me alone. Put the salt lamp up there for now. We'll put this plate of flowers and stuff up there for now. This is not the final state of affairs. We're just figuring out how to use our space. Now then. Some seating, I guess? Did I? God, that clock is enormous. Clock. I said clock. I'm kind of tempted just to give us a clock because there's nothing else to put on that side table. I guess we can put some flowers or something, but right, future problems. Okay, we have got a dresser. So now let's go into the living room section, and I think, so what I would like is a bench for here and then maybe a little seat for here. But then what about this corner? Oh God. I mean, I could just leave it empty. I could put a bookshelf in. Maybe we'll do that. Just put in this really ugly square love seat. Like, this is a very standard looking sofa, but it just looks both uncomfortable and kind of like it was AI generated by someone that's never sat on a comfortable surface in their life. So I think maybe something like this would be a vibe if the wood tones would match, which they don't. I mean, we could do it all in white. We've got that sort of champagne-y tone. Unsure. Okay, do we have other options in the sort of... We've also got the poof from... That also could work, actually. I think that's maybe slightly more her aesthetic than the actual more design-looking thing. We've used that upstairs. This is just way too uncomfortable. Although what we could actually do is this could maybe not be a seat. It could be a coffee table, but one of the ones that kind of looks bench-esque. I'm just not sure about. This is a lot of, I don't know, it's quite chonky. I don't know. Maybe that could actually go in that corner. And then maybe if we put a throw pillow on it. Can I remember where the throw pillow would be? Possibly not. Or we could put our Stanley Cup on the bedside table. Is there a Stanley Cup? I feel like there ought to be. Or like this little speaker. Do you know what they really should have is that alarm clock that like gets light along with the daylight. I think my housemate has one of those, but that's one of those things that I always think feels really bougie. Okay, throw pillow. Throw pillow? Throw pillow. Salvadorian throw rug. Choose a print. Throw rug. Throw shade. Throw pillow. Hampton's Hideaway. Okay, so I do still have some of my CC because this is Peacemaker. Although Peacemaker did do a collab and put some like proper items in the game. Because I should have a custom bed frame that I thought about using in here, but I couldn't find it. Okay, we could maybe put an art here. Leave that there for now. Where's this ruddy throw pillow then? To be fair, it probably costs more than 15. But I'd hope it costs less than 50. But then I'm learning people spend an insane amount of money on things. I was raised in a household that was broke. We weren't poor, but we definitely didn't have a lot of cash. And maybe we'll put a bonsai tree in. Just for, why not? Not there, obviously. There for now. But I think we're going to have another little occasional table somewhere just for something to have. Maybe we'd also have something like that. I'm not sure. Okay, but yeah, so my family, we had like enough. We weren't in trouble, but we didn't have loads. And I hadn't realised like how little spending money kind of occurs to me, even as an adult. Even now, I make my own money, and obviously I have moved out. Handbag. Again, I feel like this is maybe heading into the other areas, but I've got it now. Okay. But yeah, when I hear of people spending like $120 on soap, I'm like, I don't care how nice that soap is. I don't care if it makes my hands smell like magic. I don't care if it makes people coming in my house feel like I am insanely rich. Why the hell would I ever smell? I could go away. I could go away for like 2 nights. I mean, admittedly, nowhere super expensive, but like either within the UK or like maybe I could even go to Europe for like 120 quid. Because if I usually stay in hostels because even though I could afford not to, I like them. I like meeting people. So let's say like 30 a night for a hostel, maybe Europe, let's say 40 if I don't want to stay somewhere horrible. I could get flights and accommodation for £120, no doubt. Maybe a little more with carbon offsetting, but the point stands. I'm not spending that on soap, but people do. All of which has got me completely distracted, and I'd forgotten I was looking for a throw pillow. Ooh. Okay, where the heck is this pillow? Is it just the one I've used downstairs? Wine. I know I've got throw pillows downstairs, let's just go grab it. Oh yeah, we have got that little handbag. Okay, it's this pillow, right? The perfect pillow. Come through. Bring me the pillow. Okay. So for reference, it is in... Oh! Is it in Misk? Okay, it's in Misk, not in Clutter. Perfect pillow. This isn't even the one I was looking for. Okay. It's the one we've got though, and that is fine. Although I do actually think the CC pillow I have is like maybe better because it's more big. Can we go up one more, please? Perfect, okay. Although I guess we could actually... Does this size up? It does, okay. Oh no. Okay. Is that... I mean, that is an insanely large pillow. I kind of would like it to be one size smaller than that. But maybe we can make it work. What colours does this come in? It also kind of... Ugh. Not sure about the colours. Okay, maybe we do that, and then we could take this one, put it there, and then we get a third one, and then we put it sort of up again. Nope. Is that the right height? Yeah, okay. Like there, and then we do that in a more intense colour. But we don't really want it. Not sure. I don't really like that brown. Because we don't have anything that dark anywhere else in the room. I guess for now it's not terrible. And this is also, I guess, the bench where you'd put the bed throw pillows for the night time when you don't actually want 19 pillows to sleep on, because that's hella uncomfortable. Okay. This is really clipped into the wall, which I don't love. Okay, that's better. Okay, if we pull that in front and also angle it a little, just so it looks more like it might actually have been put there. Although, come to me. I just want an ever such a slight angle, just to give the illusion that somebody with actual hands and not a computer placed these cushions in such a way that they would be vaguely comfortable to sit on. Like this. Okay. They're touching. They're touching but not clipping. I don't know if I like it. We'll leave it for now. Okay. And then... Right. We're back to the same issue. So we do now have seating. I think I actually want a coffee table. I think that would be better. So we're going to look for something that is a table but also looks like you could sit on it, because that actually is what my housemate has at the foot of her bed. It's like actually quite a simple IKEA bench, but I actually think it looks really good and I keep meaning to buy one for myself. And then I remember my bedroom is a completely different layout and it would look weird. But I feel like something like that, it's a bench, but it's a table, but you could sit on it if you want to put shoes on or something, which we wouldn't be doing in here because we have our whole other room. I am concerned about the swatches though. Okay, what other options do we have? Nothing with glass for, I hope, obvious reasons. That's really quite brown. We could use the steamer trunk. At the moment, I'm still leaning towards this in the original swatch, but I'm not hating the idea of using the trunk in here. If it comes in a lighter swatch, like, yeah. Do we maybe use that? Is it whimsical? I'm not sure. I feel like maybe it has too much texture. It's not sort of giving the same minimalistic vibe that the rest of the room is. Okay. No, not that, not that, not that, not that. I think I kind of want something with legs is the thing, because then it gives you some dimension underneath. That actually isn't a terrible shout. It's quite wide though. Like it definitely feels more like a table than a bench. Maybe I don't want a coffee table. Maybe I want one of those random tables that lives in its own category that I always forget exist, like we use downstairs. Like a bench. Too high. Do we have a low? Could we sink it into the floor? Would it show? No, you can't. You can't lower things below floor height. Okay. Oof. Okay, probably not any of these then. Misc. Just to a random display case on the ground. Why the hell? I guess plates are a surface. Book basket. some stones. If that was thin, it would actually not be a bad shout, but it's the thickest boy, for which we will not shame it. We will just acknowledge that it is not the correct thing for the space we're working with. Patio chic table, it's again giant. Eat the plank table. What if we... Okay. Ah, not the rug. We also can size things down, I need to remember that. I think that's then too small though. I thought I deleted that. Apparently I didn't. Okay, so that's actually a patio table size down. So then, what if I size down a dining room table? Dining table? No, this is coffee tables. Dining table. Or indeed, I could size down a coffee table after all of that. Okay, what's the benchiest looking one? I think the problem I'm going to have with these is just that they're dimensionally not quite what I'm looking for. Okay, dining room tables here. Ideally what I'd like is one that's made of like 2 planks side by side. No. I think it does need to be 3 long to give the illusion I'm looking for. That actually... is not far off, but I bet it doesn't come in a swatch I can use. It doesn't. Because it's a little bit too sort of unvarnished. Okay. No. What about that? No, it's too fat. So it's the... what I need is the 3x1 shape. Right, we've got the tatami macking. I think that's just not going to work because of the colouring. That might work. That's very yellow. That's 1x2. Okay, any more that are the right length? Why is that so expensive? Oh, it's not that expensive. I'm so confused by the way this is laid out. That actually, because of the like weird little legs it's got, doesn't not look like a bench. Like a Louis XIV style bench, like a Versailles nonsense bench. And I do think Eliesah would be into Let Them Eat Cake as a vibe. I think my concern is just the colours that it comes in aren't really right. Like that's very saturated brown. It's not really the champagne-y tone I'm looking for. What about you? The Salvadoradian plank table. For some reason, placing things on the diagonal I want is just not working very well. Okay, what colours do you come in? You come in very blonde wood or white. I don't think the legs on that are what I'm after. This is more like French farmhouse, but again, it could work. And it comes in more wood tones. Oh, again, it's just a little too yellow on the top. It's just not quite the right colour. This is so annoying. I think that's got a glass top, so that won't work. Oh, it's just ugly, which also is a problem. All of these just with really, really yellowy wood. So close, but so far. This is too poverty chic. Just doesn't look expensive enough. That's okay. We're through all the long boys. I don't want glass. I looked at that one. This with the runner, I think will look too much like a table, even size down. That one we just looked at. Christmas! Glass, I don't want. This one comes in the best swatches, but I'm just not sure about the... It's almost too close. I'm definitely overthinking this, as ever. Right. This is why I don't get anything done, because I'm literally agonising over which size down dining table to make into a non-functional bench at the foot of my Sims bed. No. It's too chubby. And literally all we're going to do... Oh god, I've just realised we're not even going to be able to put things directly on it because it's not real. I just don't like any of them. I liked this one the best, I think. Does it come in just a plain white swatch? Is there like a... Okay, maybe we'll do it like that. And then... We could put the... I was going to say we can't put the bonsai on it. We're going to have to... Anything we want to put on this table, we're going to have to put on the floor and then raise to the correct height, which is going to be so annoying. Also, I don't think she'd have a book box. I do think she would have a bonsai, but I don't know that we would put it there. I think it would maybe be, I don't know, if we had an occasional table here. Right, first things first. I do think I want a cute little armchair, like maybe one of those little sort of puff-shaped ones. Too cute. I want like a velveteen... Maybe we'll have a footstool as well. If we can find a chair that would go nicely with it. I want the rounded hotel kind of this, maybe this. Please come in a nice little goldy swatch for me. Yeah. I don't like the cushion colour. There's always just something that's just a little bit off. Or maybe this. Does this come in a... The cage colour is kind of upsetting. Maybe this. Looks like it comes in a... Maybe we'll do that. I think that's too modernist. I mean, that's kind of what I was thinking. But it's too, again, a little bit too futuristic. I want kind of... They're usually... Like, imagine this without the cage, but with arms. Like, it's somewhere between this weird ball-shaped chair and... I don't know. This one, maybe? But that one's too plain. Also, this one is not far off, but it only comes in horrendous swatches. Oh, actually, this one could work if it comes in, yeah, this scallopy one is actually a shout. Although I think maybe we'll use... I would like it in a pale yellow, but maybe it would be better in white. Okay, well, it doesn't look like we have that many options. Actually, maybe we bring this slight rusty pink colour in. Like, I'm assuming this comes in. Oh, it's that leaf pattern again. Ugh. Okay. That's just going to have to be in white because we don't have a non-white version. That doesn't have a white swatch, which is really infuriating. Okay, so our options are yellow, which is very yellow. Or does this come in a better colour? It's not really the shape I was imagining, but it might. Oh, the wall. The wall! Okay, we can't use that. The thrown over clothes on the corner of it just wouldn't work. I do think this is probably our best bet. Okay, let's look at every single swatch. So we have pink. We do have some pink in the room. The yellow I think is just too much yellow. I don't actually hate that, but it would introduce a whole other colour. We've got purple. Not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one. The white, if it didn't have that silver bar, I would be more inclined towards. What if we do that? Just one accent piece. And I guess it kind of ties in this throw pillow. I mean, that's more of a brown, honestly, but can't be mad at ourselves for that. And then if we go back into our table options, if we look in the bedside tables, I'm thinking, can we get like a little, yeah, something like this. Little plant stand number. It's quite big actually, isn't it? I was thinking it was going to be Diddy. Which is stupid because nothing is ever small. Surfaces. I feel like there are some like plant stands and stuff. Ooh, medieval. I mean, it could just be something as simple as that. And then where did we put the bonsai? There. Yeah. I just don't think it would be just like randomly on the floor, you know? What even is that? Is it meant to be like... Okay, it's a footstool. It is a footstool. Okay. Or... No. Tacky. Too much. Although it does match the pink tone there. No. We have got... Oh, it's a bar... I was like, why is it so big? It's a bar table. That's why it's so big. I think we're just going to stick with what we've got. I think that works fine. It does the job. I mean, it's nothing particularly exciting. Okay, so where are we at now with our floor plan? Okay. So part of me is just like, should we put this over here in this corner? To be more like away from the bed? No, because then it feels like it's very busy in the doorway. And also, like, anyone sitting in the chair would just be like staring at you while you were, if you were like sitting on the bed, or God forbid, lying in the bed. Imagine just waking up and there'd be someone sat in that chair, creeping at you. Okay. If we do that like that, so that's plausibly a footstool. Although now I'm thinking, could we get a wall shelf that's big enough to take a bonsai? Is that wishful? Almost certainly wishful, but let's have a little look. We just want something flat, really. Oh, is this what I was thinking about? Does this take a bonsai? It does take a bonsai, okay. Does it come in better swatch? Yes, it does. Okay, maybe we'll get rid of this. This just makes me think a little bit of a cake stand is why I think. And then also the circles here kind of are bringing out the circle in the puff. This is the puff, by the way, footstool. I would always call a round one a puff. I don't know why. We recently got a footstool from my grandma's house. I feel very grown up somehow. Never had a footstool in my life before. I really wish this bonsai had a round pot. Like the square pot clipping is kind of giving me the ick. So we might just have a look through at some of our other flower options because houseplants is something we are definitely not short on. Okay, well we can't put that one on because it's huge, which is fair enough. I feel like we've used that one already. It's only been a week and I already can't really remember what we used. We could use this instead, this like bonsai thingy. At least that's got a round... Yeah, like that. And then can we rotate it? Yes, we can. I feel like that's maybe more the vibe. And then on the bottom shelf, I don't think we want something on every one, but we could potentially do maybe a bottled water. Oh, books. No, that says... Okay. Decorations. That pile of books is actually a table, which is good to know because I wasn't sure that was a thing. I've definitely faked it before, but good to know that is now a legitimate thing that one can have. Maybe actually this is the place where we'd have the single candle, which is in lighting, tables. Yeah, this like bougie. Ugh. Okay, yellow. Maybe just the white one. Yeah. Plain. I like it. Did we put a lamp or something? Oh, we put a salt lamp? No, but that's very yellow. Although maybe it comes in a non-yellow. I know the yellow salt lamp colour is the classic. Great, that's exactly where I hoped it would go, thank you. Okay, we can get it in a more washed out tone. Okay, so then we've got... Okay. What if we move that out a little? We put... I'm thinking, now this is more of a feature because it's got like 3 things on it. What if we put it there? We've still got these 2 tables in. And then I want the magazines. We've got them downstairs, so I'm just going to grab them because I remember how long it took me to find them last time. Although maybe we'd use a book up here, like get out of my way. Because I think these only come in. Well, then we can have a man upstairs. No, book. Book clutter. I know there's a lot of book clutter. That's literally what we just had. Okay. I want like a couple of nicely bound, bougie looking. Yeah, something like that. These books are never going to be read, just to be very clear. They're just here for the vibes. Okay. Have I miraculously got those straight at the right height, or are they hovering? Nope. It's very hard to tell in build by mode because we can't do this. Oh my god, we got it right, guys. It's so exciting. It's the small wins. Spent hours and hours placing cushions, so to get that the right height the first time around, truly iconic. Although I do want to move them just more like to about there, I think. So then when I put my table in, they're kind of off center. Yeah, perfect. All right. This is actually has gone a lot better than I thought it would. These are floating a little bit, but I think if I move them down, they're going to be clipping quite badly. Oh, not too badly. Come to mummy, come a little further forward. Thank you, thank you. A little more there-ish, thanks. Okay, great. Rosie, stop scratching the carpet, you ass. It's not quite feeding time yet. Okay. Right, we have a little seating area there. We have another little seating area here. We have some aesthetic bedroom nonsense. We've got a little seating area here. I feel like the only thing we maybe want now is maybe a couple pieces of very inoffensive wall art. And then it's taken me an hour and a half to do one room. And I haven't even done the... Maybe we'll quickly try and power through the dressing room because I honestly don't really want to do that. It's not something I'm looking forward to. I don't really know what should be in a built walk-in wardrobe. I'm not sure I've ever been in one. So I feel honestly quite stressed about the whole idea. I want something kind of fashiony, but very... Oh, it could be something like that. Like a bottle of perfume. Oh. Yeah, do you know what? That's probably fine. And then maybe we want something else on this wall. Maybe just something very minimalistic. Some bowling neons. Hot. A glass of white wine. Unfortunately, the frame for that is absolutely the wrong colourway. Betty Davis. Very big Betty Davis. Hello, I am okay. Thanks for chatting. Just getting over COVID, building a house, you know, living the good life. My first framed art set. I believe this only comes in quite dramatically dark swatches. Yeah, okay. Right, we're looking for some generic art that you would put in a hotel. Right. Oh, maybe something like this. It's like a flamenco. It's giving flamenco. Oh, it's from Love Struck, so it would make sense if it was flamenco. That is honestly way too edgy for this build. She would not have a naked woman in her bedroom. I love it. Too depressing. Too empowering. We're looking for something that sort of screams, I bought this at IKEA and it was already in the frame. But it was one of the expensive IKEA pieces, you know? That. Sims 4, is Sims 4 my favourite game? No. Sims 4 is not my favourite game. Sims 4 is... Maybe the Sims franchise is my favourite game. I've been playing Sims since Sims 1, which we briefly had before we got banned from having it. We got given it. Really funny backstory, actually. We got given the Sims 1 Deluxe, which was, I think, a few different packs all in one, by the prince of a pantomime. So he was playing Prince Charming in a pantomime my sister was dancing in. She was about 7, maybe younger. Maybe she was like 6. I think I was about 9 at the time. And we got given a copy of The Sims 1 and we played it obsessively on our big old Windows PC. And then shortly afterwards, there was an incident in which our entire family burned to death as a result of the genie lamp. And my parents were so horrified that our Sims could die in such a way that we were then banned from playing it. It was taken away from us. And we then did not have The Sims until I got Sims 3 when I was at university. And I played that really intensely. I actually left the franchise for a while when Sims 4 came out because the base game for Sims 4 was so bad. but enough people switched over to it that it kind of killed the community for a little while. And that made me really sad. So I kind of took some time, I say took some time away. Life was just doing other things at the time. This is kind of giving Madame Butterfly. Again, it's too classic. I don't think she's ever seen an opera. So yeah, I love The Sims 3. I think The Sims 3 is probably my favourite game in the franchise still. It just had a lot more possibility in it. However, I run on a fairly powerful PC, by which I mean it's quite old, but it has like a good level of, it works. And my PC struggles to run The Sims 3, which is kind of sad because I bloody love that game. I would love to still play that game, but I can't because it is just, it's insanely slow and chunky. So, yeah, I'm now playing The Sims 4. It's, I mod it quite a lot to make it feel more me. But yeah, it's not my favourite game. I'd say right now my favourite game is probably the Horizon series. I really, really enjoy playing that. But I would never stream myself playing a combat game because I constantly just scream at the TV a lot. Am I a new streamer or an old streamer? Like, as in, have I been doing? I don't really. I would say I'm a new streamer. I still don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just here. I have a YouTube that I've had for about 3 years where I play a couple of like long running series, which I really, really enjoy. But I do edit those together, so they're quite time intensive. So I wanted to have a save that I just played kind of when I was between times. I'm not liking any of this art. This is getting really tedious. I might just leave that all blank for now. Yeah, so this is really just something to do in the background, and I decided to stream it because I do talk to myself constantly when I play games. And I was like, do you know what? If I'm chatting to myself, I might as well record it. And then when I have periods on my YouTube where I'm not posting anything, it gives me a chance to, have some content to put up to say thank you to the people that have sort of stuck around all through me being kind of chaotic and disorganized. So that's maybe it. Maybe we'll go for like a plan for a house that isn't ours. Maybe it belonged to our husband. Yeah, okay, we've got a decently light frame color. That's really nice. Yeah. Anyway, I'm having fun with the streaming, I think, because I don't feel any pressure because I don't have like an audience here. Not that I have a particularly big YouTube following. I think I have like 150 followers or something, which is honestly more than I thought I'd ever have, and it's not something I'm trying to turn into a career. I just like playing Sims, and I like chatting nonsense while I'm doing it, and so this kind of gives me the opportunity to do that without the stress of editing. And this whole build, honestly, it's something I never normally do. I never usually do this sort of like glossy, I say glossy, I don't even know if this is glossy. This feels to me more like trendy than what I normally do. I normally do kind of wild things. Why don't I make my channel attractive for good reach like other... I think because for me, gaining followers is really not the point. I have a job, like a full-time corporate job. So this is very much something I do for fun. And I don't want it to sort of, I'm not trying to, like, I have nothing but respect for people that have the like dedication to make something like this a career because it is really, really hard work. For me, it is something I find joy in, and I enjoy being really quite silly. And the second you start thinking about building a following, you need to be thinking about, right, what things that I do that like don't appeal to an audience? What things that I do that, might get me demonetized, all of this stuff. I've worked in marketing in the past, I've worked in publishing in the past, and for me, I have to be really, really strict because of how my brain works in terms of maintaining boundaries. So for me, this is something I do for fun and to be a bit silly and not take seriously. So that's why I am not trying to build a following. Sure, you can suggest something, but I'm not looking to buy anything. So if this is like a sales type thing, then, you got to do what you got to do and no judgment. But yeah, I'm not looking to invest right now. So just feel free with that in mind. Okay, I think this pink wardrobe it's not quite a colour match, which is kind of annoying, but I think it's closer than, ugh, that's horrible. I think it's closer than anything else we're going to be able to get. And I do want this like weird open front. I wish you could change the clothes in though, because I don't find it plausible that we would have the same thing. Okay. Am I going to end up back in the modular storage? I feel like I am, just to avoid having these ugly ass clothes and the not quite matching colour. Okay. Back we go. Dream home decorator. Ruin my life. Let's do it. Okay, packs. At least I remember, I say about to prove myself wrong. I remember now that it is a stuff pack, game pack. I've already forgotten. Okay, the one with the, okay, it's these that have the little clothing racks on the bottom, right? And so, is this a true white? Okay, we're gonna need to sort the lighting out in here before we do anything else. Though I actually don't want to, because if I do, then we are going to get... Oh, I don't really like this. This is hard. Are there any other options in the wardrobes for things that are like open fronted? Because the advantage to this is we can hang whichever clothes we want, and we can have a few different things. The disadvantage is, number one, I'm going to have to do it all manually. And there's no like nice cupboard doors, if I'm being completely honest. This is not sparking joy. Although, okay, maybe. If we do a double one of these at the bottom, I don't like how that's not square. And there's like that divot in the middle. Can we run them into each other? Are they going to clip? Okay, they've clipped on. Right. Delete one. Delete both. Fine. Okay. Scooch it over to there. And then if we get another one... Ooh, no. Okay. Dream home decorator. Surfaces. Okay. Let's try again. We could use kitchen counters. Maybe. What about... I don't know. I'm really not sure about any of this. Not loving anything. Okay, what if we use this as the bottom? If we put a run of these along the bottom, because these are like kind of things you could put shoes in, right? Okay. Then on top of that, let's move this up to the top of the room. I would like something really with cupboard doors is the problem. I don't like open shelving this high up, but I don't think the cupboards are really going to work for me. So the way these clip together is just not nice to me. Okay. Maybe we could use that like that. Can we put these inside? No. If we take this off, can we put it under here? No. Okay. If we put another one of these in here. Okay, it's turned off the filter. It'd always be doing that. I don't want to use the TV stand looking one. I think I prefer that. Show me all the surfaces again. I just wish it had square edges. Like, I like curvy things. I am, in fact, a curvy thing. Ooh, what we could do actually, these drawers that I said wouldn't be realistic for above head height, we could put drawers in here. That does feel realistic for here. So maybe we do like that there. And then into this section. See, oh, okay, that's a wardrobe, right? Maybe we get rid of one of these. This is wardrobe-y? Or is it a TV stand? What is it? Oh, it's got legs. Okay. Right, that is a wardrobe. That is unequivocally a wardrobe, right? Yes. Cool. We put another cupboard on top of there. Right. Okay, now we are sort of cooking. We're not going to have another level on top of here, but I don't know if we want to go all the way up to the ceiling anyway. Okay, this does come in a square one, which is something at least. If I do that into... Is it trying? It's trying to pick up the whole thing. Okay. No. I don't want it to clip into the wall, which I know is probably a horrifying idea, but I just don't want that. Okay, if we put another cupboard up there and then we try adding this in. Okay. It looks a bit ugly inside, but it's not too bad. It's not the worst anyway. Okay. And then if we go into decorations, I want the dream home stuff again because, although I think also if I remember, one of the newer kits came with like, is it in clutter? Because we've got like shoes and stuff in here. We've got boxes. I think one of the new kits came with a bunch of new clothes that you could hang up. Artist studio. No. Don't think it's going to be in Cozy Bistro. Riviera. No. Maybe party essentials. Or maybe it was even Love Struck came with. Okay, we'll leave that on for now. I don't want to the max. I think what I want then is maybe Love Struck or For Rent. Don't think Horse Ranch came with any hanging items. Right, we've got some weights. Actually, I might quickly chuck those in here. Because it's the kind of thing I'll forget exists otherwise because it's new. So that came in the Modern Luxe, that pillow. Okay. Shoes. Photographs, we wouldn't have that. We would maybe have some like baskety type things up top. Okay, we've got trainers as well. And these, so those all came with, so we've got 4 different types of shoes. Doesn't really matter what they go for now. We're going to move everything around. I really thought we had some new clothes for hanging, but are they maybe in like the wardrobe section? This was the bed canopy, but I think that would be two is a bit much, isn't it? What is it, like a kintsugi? Is it called kintsugi, where they stick things back together again? Or is it just meant to be marble that's really ugly? Many questions. Okay, storage. Dresses. Okay, so we have got a few different... Oh, we can't... we can't use them because we haven't got the stupid bottom rack. Very irritating. Okay, for now, let's go for that there. Can I not even move objects them in? Does it only... Oh, that's so annoying. Okay, is there like a curtain rod that we can use? To like just make these cupboards into what we need them to be? Okay, this one is already... Okay, I did use... I think I'm going to have to use open shelving. I think I'm going to have to reformat this to use it how it's meant to be used, and I find that very rude. Okay, I don't think we want all of these in pink as well. I think we want more white, beige. Oh, definitely not that. That's yellow. Maybe white. I think we could have that. And then let's put that. Oh. Bad. Sad, mad, bad. Okay, we want that to clip on there. We then need that to clip on there. And this to clip on here. And then I think we're going to go in like the lightest. Oh, no, not that. I want different swatches for these, and I was hoping they would come in like very neutral. Very, very neutral swatches. I think that's maybe the best we can do. Okay. So we'll put these. Down here. And then we're going to get another. Oh, these are kids hanging clothes. Okay. Oh, we do have other clothes. These came with high school years. And we did get some in Horse Ranch. I'm sorry, Horse Ranch, I should not have slandered you so. That also makes sense of, I mean, I say makes sense of why these were very ugly. Could you just click on thank you? Okay. We're going to get rid of these because they are for children. And I'm hoping we can find something a little bit more designy looking. Okay, I think this is... Oh, we can actually also double them up, which I wasn't really expecting. Is that what we had in already? They are clipping. That's fine. It gives us just like a little more an illusion of fullness. Okay. Kids clothes, everyday casual, professional fashionista. Maybe we will... Which one's the professional fashionista ones? These ones. Let's see. What a professional... Oh, some of those prints, I'm like, I don't think no professional fashionistas wearing them, but okay. I guess maybe in 2008. I think we actually have that top in game, right? All white, grey. Definitely. Maybe those swatches. These clothes are just so much, like, look at the quality. Like, the colours and the swatches and stuff are just so much less horrendous. Like, these are so blurry. I just pointed with my finger. Like, you could see it. Which obviously you can't. Okay, maybe we'll go for, like, that swatch stack. Do I just put these in all white so they don't stick out so much? Yeah, maybe. Okay, and then I'm going to move all of this stuff down because I just feel like we would have a fully racked up shoe selection. Okay. These are men's clothes. It doesn't look like we can put another one up. I'm tempted to have the Machino rack in here as well. If it comes in a colour that is okay. Maybe that? I also feel like we'd have a little chair in here for sitting on and putting our shoesies on. And a mirror. I'm not sure about this trunk. It's maybe one too many things, but I don't know. Just giving the illusion that we're always jet setting, even though we're never jet setting, feels very on brand for Eliesah. And then I think we're just going to get a... This is actually probably where I should have used like this one sim love seat. But maybe we would go for something more... Oh, not that. I'd forgotten that had a really high back. Maybe this is where we would use something like this. Still not convinced. I'm still not convinced it's not just a little bit too classy for our girl. I mean, maybe we could go for... no, we couldn't. Let's have a look in lounge chairs. It doesn't need to seat more than one person. Go for another shell theme thing. I don't hate the idea of doing like a rattan in here. Does this come in any swatches that I could bear? No, it does not. Okay, maybe this then. Like the chaise. Maybe we'll go for the chaise shape. Or is there an armchair? No, I don't like that. I don't like it. Kind of do like that, but it's way too big. What if, okay, rearrange. We could get rid of the Machino item. Because all of this is like actually non-functional. We're never going to come in this room, like ever. 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 Because what possible... Is there a maid's outfit in there? I mean, go off, girl, I guess. I think it might be better in white than going for a non-matching pink. I think we'll stick with that. Okie dokie. And then we could put the Machino rack in front of the window. Gives a little bit of cover for changing, I guess. And then we could put a mirror here. It's going to be a little snug, but I think we'll make it. Maybe... No. Or we could just... Where's the one that's just is the wall? Like this one? We could just do the whole wall in this corner as mirrors. I mean, functionally it would be a hellscape because you can't actually get into that corner because there's stuff in the way. But in theory, you could pull this rack out. Maybe we should just get rid of the Machino. I think it's a nice idea, but I think actually it's overkill and it's cluttering up the space, and we would be better off having a freestanding mirror. Yeah, I feel good about this. Maybe this is where we'll have this little screeny thing, because then we could also use it to... Oh yeah, and then kind of the sort of like weird curvy thing works, doesn't it? I mean, I know this isn't anywhere, from what I've seen of when people do closet tours, which I've watched a couple of, for really, I don't know why, but I've seen a couple in my time, and they have so many clothes. There is no way this is the number of clothes someone like Eliesah would own. However, this is the number of clothes that The Sims is allowing me to put in. So this is the number of clothes we have. What I will do is maybe go and add in some more... I think there's like stacks of towels that we can use to look like folded clothing in the open storage. Yeah. So let's go dig that out. Not that. I think there's something that's more... Like maybe those? No, that's got soap on it. I'm sure there is an item, probably from laundry day. We might even have used it downstairs, but I can't remember because that was ages ago. Scrolling faster than I would normally, hoping that my eyeballs can pick out what I'm looking for. I was going to say we could use something like this, but we've established we don't. Oh, wait though. If we put this in here, does it work? Okay, what if we actually don't really like the clothes that are in this section at all? If we put these in there, and then it's going to clip a little. We're going to have some like weird little feet sticking out, but don't really care that much. We put it like that. Maybe I do care about the clipping. What about this one? Okay, that's got a straighter leg, so it's not sticking out as much. That could work. Please have a vaguely... Okay, we don't have No, roll your neck in, stick with what you had, it was fine. Stop trying to pretend you're a master builder and just get the thing you came here to get, which is what? A stack of clothes. Folded clothes. Folded clothes. I really think it would probably be quicker to try and find what I used in the laundry room downstairs. But I can't remember what that was. I'm not even in clutter anymore. Oh, for God's sake. Okay. Please, 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 let me see it. Tune my eyes to see the thing I am looking for. Clothes. Says lucky man, folded laundry. I don't care. Women can fold laundry too. You know, just because men are genetically pre-programmed to be better at household tasks, and, you know, as they're so emotional, it is the safest place for them, doesn't mean that women can't also fold clothes. Gotta really challenge those expectations, you know. I don't think that's the only one. I think there's another one. But maybe I'm hallucinating. Okay. Let's put a laundry day filter on. It was an early, stuff pack, game pack. Okay, we've got a washing board, we got all this stuff. Maybe I was wrong. Oh, I didn't want to turn off organized debug. I wanted to... Oh. Don't know what that option was I just checked. I didn't know it was a thing. Right, close my pack filter. I want organized debug back on, please, because I didn't mean to turn it off. Thank you. Okay. Right, we don't seem to have more folded items, so we are just going to try and find some more wardrobe things that it makes sense to me to have in this enormous... And we can have an ugly baseball cap for our workouts. There we go. I don't think she's a big baseball cap wearer, but we might have one. I don't think we want arts and crafts. Diapers. Now, I don't think that obviously looks like diapers. I think it could be a stack of socks. So we're just going to put that there and pretend it's fine. Ugly box. No. I think we have all of these shoes. If there were another pair of shoes or two, I would definitely go for them. There's a pillow. We've got those ones. That's a toothbrush. We're not going to get to the bathrooms today. We're not going to get to anything except for this one bedroom and a bloomin', whatever this is called, closet. Could have a coat stand. No. Okay, paint cans, definitely not. Stack of messy clothes, definitely not. The maid would never allow such a thing to come to pass. This is the bloody one with the soap on again, isn't it? No. I just think we would have everything tucked away. Like, we might have one messy box up in the corner. I will allow. We've got the book and tea. What is that? Subtle Serve makeup kit. Maybe we could put that there. Wouldn't be all of our makeup. Indeed, hardly any of it, but let's put some perfume up there, I suppose. I think we've got that purse outside. Maybe we could have a watch in here. Keys. Sure, that's probably fine. And then out here, we are going to just have... I want this to go... Oh, not that. Can I please have just that? Yeah, like that. And does this come in a paler swatch? Perfect. Okay. I'd kind of like this to go a little bit more back in the corner. Not the whole thing, just this. Okay, maybe this goes in here then. What if we get rid of this towel stack? If we put the towels up top? That's fine. And then can this go in here? It can. I think that's probably alright. I also feel like this should probably have like a chandelier in it, but... And then also, maybe this could, now we've moved the mirror, this could go in the... I think it's better where it was. Okay, and then we can just have the purse. Maybe this actually would go on this side, and the purse would go here when we grab it on our way in and out. Yeah, like that. Like, oh, we've just thrown it down. Okay. Oh my god, we haven't saved for like 2 hours. Imagine if I lost it all. That would be horrendous. I mean, horrendous is a overstatement compared to the state of things that are happening in this earth. But it would be irritating. And I'm not emotionally equipped to be irritated at this point. I have had... Honestly, like the funeral was, I mean, it was sad, but it was really nice. And then, do you know what we do need just quickly? One lamp. One statement lamp. We're going to replace this ear saucer with... We'll leave one saucer there. We'll move one over here. And then here we're going to put a big statement-y lamp of lamps. But yeah, no, the funeral was lovely. I cried, I had to give the eulogy, and I wept. But I didn't cry until like the last page, which is not bad, I think. It would have taken a really long time if I cried through the whole thing. But then I wasn't really feeling very well the day of the funeral. But obviously you don't just like not go to a funeral because you have a cold. And then I was feeling very not good the next day. Or maybe this is where I use this fringe lamp that we thought about using downstairs and didn't. I think maybe that's the vibe. Although maybe it's a little too low. We could, I guess, actually put it in this... Oh, actually that. Because these are really quite low down. So what if we do it like that? Is that kind of a vibe? I think that might kind of be a vibe. Do you know what? I'm just not going to question it. We're going to stick like that. Anyway, yeah, basically, I don't know if I had COVID before the funeral or if I was just had a cold at the funeral, like just because I wasn't sick, I just had like a really tight throat. And then I felt really, really bad on Saturday. Then on Sunday I actually felt okay. I was with my sister. We were doing some like admin that was actually related to the funeral. And then my other sister did a COVID test on Monday and it came back positive. And then I did a COVID test and that came back positive. And then I was really, really sick yesterday. And then today this morning I didn't feel so good, but I managed to get like 14 hours sleep. And now I feel pretty okay. So yeah. But I'm not in the mood to be messed around. I have a low tolerance for nonsense, which is great for my job, which I have to go back and do tomorrow. What fun, what fun. I was going to say, how far out do I have to be before those lamps come back in so I can bloody photograph them? And the answer is really far out. Which is a little annoying because I just wanted to snap a little pic of my work to be the thumbnail as well on these little uploads that we do. That'll do. Otherwise I find that Twitch or whatever it is, it selects the ugliest. I do feel like maybe we should do something with the ceiling in here though. Now I've looked at it, which I hadn't previously. What could we quickly throw up there that's not gonna ruin everything? Maybe just like a little, maybe just like a goldier colour? Something that would tie in with that. I mean, we could just wood panel it. Definitely not the one. I think what we want is just, I was going to say just paint, and I was like, you can't just get paint for the floor, can you? That was silly. Oh, this actually could be good. I mean, it's a little... Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I forgot I have better build and buy, so I don't even need to go to live mode, I can use camera using tab. Okay. All right. Right, okay. I actually like that ceiling in here. It's a little bit much, but we'll go with it. And then over here, I'm actually really happy with how this turned out. I would love if we could have had that kind of wall colour behind the bed without having to have the star and moon print on it, because I don't feel like that's really very us, but the overall vibe is what I was hoping for, which is I'm really boring and really rich. I honestly think I'd rather be boring and rich than interesting and poor. I mean, I flatter myself to think that I'm interesting, but I find myself interesting, which I think is the main thing. So yeah, this is Eliesah's little bedroom. And then we have our... zoom in, please. We have our little closet area, which I don't actually like very much, but I don't really know what this is meant to look like, so I feel like I get a pass if it's bad, okay? And like I said, we are never going to go in here. There is no circumstance in which a sim, like, do you know what we should probably have in here? A laundry basket, because we did decide we were going to do laundry. And now we have to find the laundry things again. I'm not doing that. I actually don't have enough Fs to give, so we are just going to cut and paste this one. And hope for the best. I think that is maybe the bougiest one that's available anyway. Put it behind this screen here, because we would not want to see that. Only the maid needs to see that. Okay, so we've hidden a laundry basket back there. That's the end. That's the end of this stream. If you're watching this on demand, or indeed live, which I'm not sure there's anyone there, but that's fine. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a really nice day, whatever it is you're up to. And I'll see you around. Or not. Love you, bye.